I've been out of the loop from my companions and friends for this last while. I've been focusing so much on stopping Corypheus' forces that I haven't talked to anyone in private for a few months now, besides Cassandra. Finding out that Vivian's husband was dying came as a surprise to me. I would help any of my companions as much as I am able to, but I wish she had told me of the urgency of the situation. What if I had gone off to the ends of Thedas for a mission and there simply wasn't any time to find the snowy wyvern and return with its heart? This just tells me that despite preventing the end of the world, and that the war is seemingly reaching its climax, hopefully with the destruction of Corypheus for once and for all, that we are still all people and our lives go on despite the war. I think I'll have to check on all my friends before I leave Skyhold. I think I'll start with Liliana.
A message from Divine Justinia.
That's a shock. Are you alright reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
I guess it'd be too rude to examine the letter myself. Research has been handed in.
Here is the request the leader of the tradesmen made.
Yes, I'll see to it.
Oh, beautiful artwork. Looks like Solus has continued on down there.
Questions.
I should go.
Try not to kill anyone without me.
What do we have here? Way of the Necromancer. From Mortalitizi for the living, the dead. The words of Speaker Vias Anaxis make one passage stand out. We are of this world, and as with any piece that seeks to leave its element, there is a void when we abandon the mortal. It must be that this would hold our returning to the Maker. It must be that we should seek balance. It must be that the Maker's first children aid the second. They're doing the opposite. Maker's first children are the spirits of the Fade. An account. Breath ceased on the hour exactly. We felt his absence in that moment, and we were ready. It was gentle, and all were calmed by the signs of spirit entering, knowing there would be no chains on their loved one. Unfettered, he would find this side of the Maker, but that was not the training for the battlefield. I had heard the accounts and knew my role, and I was ready. Then our warriors signaled the charge, and I was not ready. Breath was not stilled by the hour and was not gentle, and I was sore afraid. Then the enemy countered, and I saw blades come for the good men whom I had stood beside, and I would not allow it. The dead who had fallen I bid their forms to serve, and it was the turn of our foes to know fear. But I had peace, for I had granted the fallen greater purpose, and in doing had honored life by protecting it. Detailed ritual instructions follow. Mortalitici are necromancers, are they not? Solus, you've done a wonderful job. Just this little stretch left. How have you been, friend?
You have begun practicing new magical forms. Interesting. You seem to be drawing upon the raw substance of the Fade. likely using your mark as a catalyst. I use similar techniques, although it took me years to learn them. Why did you choose such an esoteric area of study?
I hoped that studying such magic would help me better understand the Fade.
While our fight affords little time for formal study, the wise can better themselves even in the midst of battle. Perhaps especially then. I hope your new studies serve you well. Did you need anything else?
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Varric, my friend.
What can I do for you, your inquisitorialness?
Tell me the truth, Varric. Do you actually think I was sent by Andraste?
Shit. This is going to be awkward. I guess I do. Either you're guided by the hand of some higher power, or you have the worst luck.
I wouldn't have pegged you as an Andrastian.
It's a great story. It's got heroism, love, betrayal, and random musical numbers. What's not to like? I don't have a nug in this race. It could be bullshit, it could be true. I'll never know. But I like the idea that maybe you could save the world with a song.
Let's be realistic. It could be both.
You've got a point. Look at all the shit that's happened to you. You were saved from the explosion that leveled a mountaintop and fell out of the Fade. You traveled through time, faced down one of the ancient magisters who started the Blights, had a mountain fall on you, and lived. Single-handedly saved the Orlesian Empire. Stopped an army of demons. One of those things would be impossible. All of them together? That's a miracle.
I'm starting to see your point.
Just try to warn me before falling into the Fade again, would you? I hate that place.
Your worship.
It's not really a place that dwarves are able to go to. And I wish people would stop calling me your worship. Dust in the air. We have the War Council to summon. There are agents that need to be moved throughout Thedas, and I shouldn't waste any time before returning to speak to my companions again. Well, let's view the reports first. Then we'll go after Samson's weakness. Speak with Minister Belisa at the party. Inquisitor, I have the time and place for the Marquise's party. You must find a way to speak with Minister Belise privately about ratifying the Dupericate's return to nobility. It is the last step we need. She holds the success of this entire endeavor in her hands. Josephine. Okay. Capitalize on alliance with Fairbanks. A shame what happened to our Fairbanks, no? Socially eviscerated, but he'll survive, and in time Montsimard will forget. However, Vicomte de Millen in his delight revealed several secrets. The implication that he is having an affair with his stepdaughter, we can certainly use that against him. Liliana. Playing the game even from afar, I see. Continuing research is about the Fade and my effect on it. A formally submitted report. Current progress and findings. Some animals in regions with closed rifts exhibit fewer altered behaviors, but the results are inconsistent. Several anomalies in hunting patterns suggest the breach still impacts local wildlife. Furthermore, some species persist in erratic behaviors. I suspect that both the opening and closing of rifts cause fluctuations in the veil that continue to disturb their natural instincts. Long-term effects still unknown. Studying the flight patterns of local songbirds may yield further results. Additional notes. I have forwarded a 50-page report to Commander Cullen outlining ways to counteract aggressive behavior in several species. Signed, Helisima Darrington, Inquisition researcher. Just seems that there's so much for our operatives to do. At least Griffius hasn't made any overt moves in the last few months. Okay. Finding Samson's weakness. Probably the most important thing we can do at the moment. Seems only Josephine can do something. With the right investment, nothing is beyond our reach.
Let us begin.
Yes, that's extremely important. No word from the north. Nothing from my homeland. This way. My clan is. Okay. Well. Speak with Minister Belize at party. It's completed, but what happens next? She has a time and place. Maybe I should go speak with her after this to Josephine. Okay. Negotiate a deal for weapon plans. Archives of Montfort. College of Magi. Okay, let's see what... Oh, Judgment Morvan's arrived? We have received word that Morvan the Under has made good on your judgment of armed exile in Tevinter. He and his clan immediately staked a claim to a large section of land along the Imperial Highway at the edge of the Silent Plains. It is inhospitable and vacant, and they claim they are not interested in banditry or actively threatening anyone, beyond, of course, suddenly declaring that they are now live within Imperium borders. Our Tevinter contacts say the relocation has caused significant concern among the Magisters. Okay. Well, Liliana says if you simply want them to present to Nerve Tevinter, it is possible to keep Morvan's clan supplied without explicit ties to us. We'll do with that.
Let's see what we have.
Okay, read Jenny. Obviously, Sarah wants something. Sarah cannot simply vandalize our reports. There is no record of any of this. A memo from Josephine written on a letter from an outlying landholder. Inquisition leaders, I have reports of a gathering of resources to be moved from into Venatory hands. I send this with the hope that you have the means to track who may be responsible. I overheard the possibility, but further inquiry yielded no more detail. It is unfolding well above my station. Sir Justin of Wildervale. Sarah has scrawled several notes below, also a sketch of a randy nug herder. Squire with a limp says horses for 20, small force. 3 farmers say they were kicked out of homes. Route. Merchant says the carts are heavy for carrying armor, weapons. Says they shortchanged him, so he didn't tell about wobbly wheel. Will slow them through pass. Easy pickings, right? Cullen says blockading a caravan is a small but provocative matter. Do we trust this information? Do it.
Inquisitor.
And when I return, hopefully we'll be able to find something on Samson. At the moment I need to go speak with Cassandra. Not Cassandra. Josephine. And then see about talking to the rest of my companions before I leave to join Liliana at the Chattery in Valence.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's the next favor we need to get these duplicates a lordship?
We must persuade Minister Belize to ratify the papers. She's in charge of these matters of rank. The minister will be at a small fete thrown by the Marquis Wiscott. I'll get you an invitation.
Thank you. And that will probably have to take place at a future time. Alright, so... very queenly look on that woman there. Shem woman. It's been a while since I've looked out of my balcony. More of these books, Hard and Hightown, they're just everywhere. I would like them to finish up the rest of the keep. I know they're working on some of the more important areas. Very well done. The view is just amazing up here. And I'm surprised that we can have such, like a tree grove that we have inside the Skyhold. I don't know if I want to return to my clan after this, but they will need a keeper. It would take some doing to convince them to come live here at Skyhold. I don't know if they would be for that. And my role as Inquisitor might be too important if I live through this to return as a keeper. They'd have to choose somebody else. I was first in line. The Harren will have to choose a successor. That's not me, I suppose. Either I die or I come through with this successful, and my role in Thedas will be too important. Lorino, good to see you here.
This is amazing! Convincing the Keeper took work, but I'm so glad you managed.
I like the style and color of your hair, too. I hope Cullen's doing well. I know he went off. I think he went off. Delirium.
At your service.
Is there anything I should know?
Sarah brought me a piece of cake. She thought I looked hungry.
Why are you telling me this?
Because it was either an act of kindness or a trap. I was hoping you knew which.
You and the Red Templar's leader seem to have personal history.
When I arrived in Kirkwall, Samson and I shared quarters. He seemed a decent man at first. Knight Commander Meredith later expelled Samson for erratic behavior. He ended up begging on Kirkwall streets. He committed further crimes, but managed to evade the Order's justice. Now Samson serves Corypheus as his loyal general.
Why do you think Samson joined Corypheus?
He had a chronic lyrium addiction. He spent every last coin buying it from local smugglers. Perhaps Corypheus flattered his vanity, gave him purpose as well as lyrium. Perhaps that's all it took.
It sounds like Samson had a miserable life.
The Order expelled him, but he had choices. He could have found another path.
True. Very true. Let's go to the tavern.
What's been going on?
Dorian's awfully pretty, isn't he?
I don't think he's your type. Or should I say, I don't think you're his type.
Shouldn't you be out there scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
You are.
Take care.
Cole,
I saw him just walking free. That was a
Sarah
We'll make
first.
good use of it. Thank you.
what he did. I know.
You have a problem. That over there is a full tavern, but everyone's drinking alone. They're all up their own arses about the Inquisition. I can't have fun with everybody whinging, and they'll fall on their swords before Corypheus can push them. I'm thinking pranks. Set a few up, knock a few down. You in or not?
I don't understand how annoying my people will help.
Look, you have experts for everything. And I know a bunch of tight-ass people when I see them. Oh, sure, they'll complain. But they'll really mean, thank you for distracting me from the end of the stupid world. Come on!
Okay.
Lead the way.
What, really?
Really?
I knew you were different. Let's go.
I hope I don't regret this.
Right, General Appetite is gone. Have a search about. Find something to mess with and give your soldiers a laugh. What, the desk? Oh, yes. Center of the Empire and all that. What to do, what to do.
Poor Cullen.
All right, Sarah. What do you want to do?
Thing looks heavy. Don't want to move or break it. I got it. Easy one. Just a slip of something under here. There, won't notice much, but it's just that little bit wonky. He's so in control that'll piss him royally. I tell one of the soldiers and boom, the general seems like people. And since he works for you, you seem like people. Come on, next one.
Josephine.
Right. Little lady prissy pants. Have a look for something she likes too much. What, just the door? Where she greets every important idiot. Yes!
Well, Sarah, what do you have in mind?
Get a bucket.
Oh, no.
Classic, yeah? 5 minutes of sloppy boss gets you weeks of happy kitchen staff. Except for the one who cleans it up, I suppose. But whatever. Next up.
Liliana now.
What's that? A locked... No, leave that. Not interested in her hidden things. Not for just a bit of fun. Maybe... feed her messengers something gassy? No, birds don't pop. But they flap and...
Who is up there?
Go!
That was fun! An inquisitor of the people, still remembering you're one of them. If all they got was the herald stuff, the serious bit, you'd start to sound pretty scary. That works, but not for long.
Whatever it takes. I'll start throwing pies if it kept people inspired.
Pies is so good! And Coryphanus would never do that. Good thing for you, innit? Because from the bottom, everyone up top sort of seems the same. Anyway, fun time, Inquisitor. You! Oh, frig. You did it!
I think I better see Cole. Creme. Iron Bold just wants to sit and nurse his drink, listening to music, so I'll leave him be. Beautiful voice. Oh, wow.
You're different. It shines on you, shimmering, sharp. You made magic from the rifts.
Do I seem that different to you?
The Fade sticks to mages. Little figments, flitting, floating free, then forced into shapes. Fire, ice, lightning. You use the Fade itself. You make it charged, but not changed. Channeled enchantments. It's strong and pure, and loud. You ripple like water when the stone is dropped.
I take it not all mages feel the way I do.
Solus is the same, but quieter. The Fade is his friend. He doesn't need to look to know where it goes. Vivienne is crisp and cool. The Fade dances, darts, lashed and leashed. Dorian pulls at pieces, pushing them to bodies. I like him more when it's just fire. And the Venatori are dark and hard and cracked and old. They pull the Fade with blood and pain and ancient lying whispers.
I hope you like the way I feel now.
Yes. It's different, but familiar. It reminds me of me. Did you need me?
I'd like to talk with you about the Inquisition.
I don't understand it. People talk like it's a person, but it's not even a thing. A dagger can be a way to let pain out, but even if it isn't, it's still a dagger. The Inquisition isn't real unless it has something real to make it. It's like a spirit.
Interesting way of looking at it.
I'll talk to you later.
If you like.
Next stop, Vivian. I can't help it, I've been standing here for a little while listening to her. I think I chose one of the most talented bards in all of Thedas. Hard to believe that that's my place up there. I still can't get over this change in the last year. So much of my life has changed. Josephine is reporting in, but I still need to speak to Vivian. Reporting in on Samson's weakness. It's very important that I speak to her, but Vivian comes first.